Oop, 1 second.
Okay. Sibilance.
Nice.
Cheese grater.
Yeah. Well, guys, welcome to I Woke Up for This. This is your host, Blaise Kautzman, and we have Marquay Belcher in here today.
Pew, 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 pew. That's a Jamaican air horn. I don't know if...
Jamaican one?
Do you have to specify Jamaican? Like, I think it's maybe was popularized by, like, dancehall reggae music.
Is it actually called a Jamaican one?
I don't
Air
know.
horn?
That's something we're going to have to look up.
Yeah.
Call in right now and tell us whether or not it's I'm just kidding. Don't call us.
Call in and give us your best Jamaican air horn.
Yeah.
There's going to be...
Leave it on the voicemail if you have to.
There's going to be some things said on there that you never... Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, at my work, they want me to do. I work with customers, and they want me to do from start to finish with the customer in a Jamaican accent.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to do it, but they want me to.
Why did they start that initiative?
I work in the automotive industry, and I was walking by two senior members, one executive and one manager, and we were all walking together, and I saw a vehicle, and for whatever reason, I have no idea, I still don't know, I was just prompted to say, "We do cartings, man." And those two thought it was the funniest thing they'd ever heard. And I mean, literally it was like almost silent before that, and I just said, "We do cartings, man." And they just, it's been like 3 years.
Really?
And they still bring it up.
And each week you're like, "Do you want a Chevy or a Ford?" Get the Mitsubishi, man. Dude, every time anyone speaks in a Jamaican accent, I only think about Cool Runnings. That might have been my favorite show for a few years.
It was a good one. Most of those people weren't Jamaican.
The actors or that?
Yeah, like especially John Candy. But I think Leon, Dougie, like those guys all spoke with a Jamaican accent that wasn't real.
Yeah, what were their other names? Yul Brenna?
I don't think Yul Brennan was in Cool Runnings.
I'm pretty sure one of the names was.
Yul Brennan? Nope.
Yul Brenna.
Oh, that's Brenna. Okay. I think Yul Brennan is like a old 50s actor.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think he's Russian. But I think that was in Cool Runnings. Or I just, Yul Brenna, Cool Runnings. But they're also, dude, one of my favorite times is in that movie is like, "You want to kiss my lucky egg, man?"
Dang.
There's that, or then he goes, "You might even get your picture on a Wheaties box." It's actually one of the only accents I can do.
So I've noticed some people, myself included even, if they do I think it's Irish accent, then either it gets jumbled in with Jamaican or Jamaican and Irish just like kind of...
Intermingle?
Yeah, intermingle, if you will.
I can't even think, how do I do an Irish accent?
And then, before you know it, it becomes Jamaican, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't you know you got to kiss my lucky egg? That's actually probably a little bit more reasonable for an Irish man to have something lucky than a Jamaican man.
Yeah. I think throughout history, Irish, potato famine, but that's like the one thing. Like, I think Jamaicans probably are, besides location,
Yep,
generally unlucky as far as like hurricanes. And you see Trenchtown.
I don't think I know what that is.
That's where Bob Marley's from.
Oh, really?
It's a small town right outside Bridgeport, Connecticut. Just kidding. Trenchtown's like the world's most famous ghetto in Jamaica.
Oh, really?
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Trenchtown Rock.
I don't know this stuff.
Oh, man. Well, there was a period of my life where I was super into like dancehall, Irie culture. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sound clashes.
Unless they were going down on luges together, I knew nothing about Jamaican.
I bet you they might have referenced Trenchtown in the movie Cool Runnings, although wasn't it set in America?
Dude, a lot of the people from Cool Runnings were in like, well, the one guy's dad was like rich because his dad didn't want him. I think his dad wanted him to sell cars then in that movie. Actually, you actually might be one of the characters from Cool Runnings.
It's been so long. I forgot that I was on the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah, they were actually your bosses are like, the whole reason we hired you is because you were in Cool Runnings, and you've only used your Jamaican accent like once or twice.
One time. Like, hey bosses, I'm code switching. Yeah, man. You know, if you do like a crazy accents. I said crazy accents. Maybe that's mean to say, but if you do accents of other cultures, you get in trouble unless you're doing Jamaican.
Jamaican doesn't seem like it. Yeah. That one. No one's ever doing that to be like mean. It's like it's a cool one every single time.
Right. Cool Runnings.
Yeah, it's a cool running my mouth. You also could say that just for anything you do. You're like, when you do this accent, it's actually not racist. And then just go into something super crazy.
Oh, man.
I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah, well, okay. Good luck.
This is my English American accent.
Oh, cultural. Oh, you're done. You're canceled.
Actually, dude, there were times like when we were in college and we'd just play drinking games and things like that and say that you just had to talk in an English accent the whole night.
Like a British English accent?
British English accent. Yeah, no, you need to speak American English the whole night. And if you have any accent, then you're actually in trouble. That would be racist.
If you start off as a British accent and then switch to a different accent, it's somehow more racist than...
Yeah. I was thinking that the Olympics really are just a race war. Like, it's just a war with races, and it's country versus country.
Oh, race. I thought you meant like the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
Like a foot race. It is like a race.
Yeah, and you're going against other countries, and they get mad if you beat them. And so it's actually like a war. It's just how those... The Olympics should have more, like, final say in, like, debates and things like that.
Isn't that how it used to be?
Is it?
I think so. Like, wasn't the Coliseum, like, basically, like, well, I don't know if it was a Coliseum. That seems like a grand scale. But, like, if you had a dispute, you had to, like if, in even Hamilton, early American history, they had a dispute, and they were like, okay, well, 10 paces then. And then they walked and
shot each other.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's not the Olympics.
Close enough. It's just like the Olympics.
That's having a duel.
Fencing is called a duel.
That would be a duel. But it is funny to think about if like there's all these diplomats sitting there trying to figure out like what the next policy is going to be, and they can't decide, and they're like, that's it, you two line up, 100-meter dash.
And then one guy's like, I forgot my running Nikes and I ate 2 cheeseburgers last night. I don't trust any of our politicians to run a foot race.
No.
For our country.
Well, that's why they're the elite, and look at they're having all these other elite athletes run for them.
That makes, they'd have to hire, like, oh man, is it called Robot Jocks? It was like a really crappy movie from the 80s.
That also sounds like something that would be very uncomfortable to wear.
I'm covered, I'm protected down there, but it's a robot. No, man, I think Robot Jocks was like countries fighting each other. Like their wars were fought by these 2 robot jocks. They were like giant Voltrons, if you will.
Oh, it's spelled J-O-X.
J-O-X, yep. Geez, I can't remember like the exact premise, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with all the countries had their own robot, and if they had a dispute, like instead of war, they fought with the robots.
Yeah, it looks like they all have like their old Megalord, or like Megazord.
Megazord. Yup.
In the distant future, mankind has forsaken global wars for battles of single combat. The world has been divided into 2 opposing superpowers, with each side represented by trained champions. It's actually, yeah, I mean, that would be sweet. I don't know why we're not doing that already.
Well, the cost of materials to build a giant robot.
That's true. But I mean, money is fake anyway.
Money is
we're
fake.
pretty much building all fake robots with like all the different ships and stuff. If we all put them into one.
Yeah. I mean, some of those like cruise ships are giant. Maybe
Yeah.
instead of making a cruise ship, maybe you make a robot that's controlled by a person inside it. Maybe two people that can connect through the... Nope,
Yeah,
that's a different movie.
And maybe we start making like big Zoids that some are like saber-tooth, some are pterodactyls, some are T-Rex, and then they all get together to make one huge one. And then they fight other mean people.
What was that?
I couldn't think of any of the Power Rangers bad people's names.
And I'm having Rita Repulsa.
Rita.
Repulsa was the like she was stuck on the moon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she ever make it to Earth? I wonder.
I don't know, but she was. You know what? She wasn't bad looking for.
Are you thinking of the Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was
No, I'm thinking of Rita Repulsa. The same one.
From the not cartoon, but from the Saturday morning Power Rangers as a child Power Rangers.
Yeah, she was a little older, but I'd kiss her if she asked me to.
That's not good with consent. It was cool because I made out with Rita Repulsa. No, her name's Repulsa, and you're drawn in. Now I got to look up Rita Repulsa because I want to know.
I mean, like, contrary to her name, she's not that unattractive.
Oh, let's see. Oh, wait.
Like, Rita Repulsa should look like, I don't know, Ursula or something like that. But Rita Repulsa is just like, has nice kind of clothes on with horns.
Oh, yeah, she's a nice person. Well, those horns are like made of cloth. I don't
Yeah,
think
exactly. They're
real
not even horns. That's actually like her hair and cloth.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture now. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she seems angry.
I'd take Rita Repulsa out for some salsa. Dude.
Nice, because you're a rapper.
Oh, pretty much.
I like Rita Repulsa now. You know what? Maybe she's misunderstood.
I was just going to say that.
All right. What's the motivation for Rita Repulsa? Now I need to know. You know, when I was doing stand-up comedy way back in the day yesterday, I had a joke about the Smurfs. The Smurfs were created by Gargamel. They needed this is what it was. Gargamel needed one Smurf so he could have an endless supply of gold, right?
Yep.
And Papa Smurf and all his and the joke ends up like, why wouldn't Papa Smurf just give up the dumbest Smurf? Like, hey, why don't we share in this wealth of all the gold we ever wanted?
Yeah.
I'll give you dumbass Smurf over here, you know? You can say that on the radio.
Was the Smurfs, I mean, like, was every Smurf smart? I don't remember
they all
any
had
of the Smurfs.
The Smurfs had their own person. Like each of them had. There was one Smurfette.
I remember her.
Yep. We all remember. Smurfette. There was like
her and Rita Repulsa. That'd be a good. I'd go on a date with both of them at the same time.
Well, geez, do you think they would be? Are they like what is it, poly? Would they allow that? Do you think? Like,
I think so. As long as you're open and honest.
I think would Rita be up? I think Rita would be more upset. Like,
she would be. She'd be the one who would be like, "It's okay, so we can save our relationship," and then take it back later.
Yep. I think Rita would be the one to like, yeah, it's cool, Smurfette, and then she would like take Smurfette, give her to Gargamel, and then they would have an endless supply of gold.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, dude. All that like poly stuff, and I mean like whatever is cool with it, whatever.
All of it.
But yeah, all of it. It is like an interesting thing because first time I heard about it was like years ago when this one girl like was talking to this girl at the bar. She's like, "Yeah, we can go hang out. Here's my number and all this stuff." She's like, "Just so you know, I'm ENM," and I'm like, "What's that?" She's like, ethically non-monogamous. I mean, I have a boyfriend. He's not going to care. And I'm like, I don't. I'm not going to stick around to see if he cares. Like,
I don't want to.
It's just kind of something you can always say, like, no, it's ethical. It's like,
I'm robbing this bank because it's I'm using the money for ethical reasons.
Yeah. I'm ethically doing a Jamaican accent.
I'm on. Oh, wait, what? I don't know. I've never been in one of those kind of relationships, and I feel like I would. I guess I would think of. I don't know. Would I be cool with it?
It'd be a little Rita Repulsa.
It'd be awkward, I think,
I think so too, especially if you're getting everyone together at once, like to go. Well, mostly who pays for the dates?
Ooh, flip. That's a brilliant question. We had we have a mutual acquaintance that had 2 girlfriends at the same time. And I'd be like, how? And they were both, fairly decent people.
Yeah.
And I wondered, what the heck? And then within a week, he did lose both of them, but like, I think he just got caught. He got wrapped up in the like, haha, I have 2 girlfriends. The rest of you are peasants,
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, you didn't do it. You didn't balance it correctly because they both left at the same time. And now they're together without you. No, I'm just kidding. I made that part up.
Oh.
But we did ask
that
him,
I could see.
Right? I did ask him, like, hey, do you guys ever, like, all at the same time? And he's like, no. We do stuff separately. But, like, I've seen them out and about all together,
You know what is kind of funny is, I don't know if this is super funny, but this one kid that, he moved to my town. He was a foster kid, so... I guess, like, I don't know what that has to do with anything. I mean, that's why he just moved to the town alone, I guess, and not with, like, his whole family.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, he got our one friend pregnant.
Nice.
And this other girl pregnant, and he found out the same day.
That both of them were...
He was 17 years old. And the funny thing about that is...
The funny
both
thing.
of those girls were like, no, he's mine. And I was like, he was cheating on both of you. And I wish I had that type of power where it's like, doesn't matter what you do, you're still the belle of the ball.
Yeah, like that guy basically, well, also 17, way to go. But at the same, he's like, gosh, there was a young lady in my 7th grade class that got pregnant from a guy that just moved to our school that year. And it was like 3 months in or whatever. And I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, how did you do that in 3 months and we're in 7th grade?
That is insane. Except then the one guy that moved and got both those girls pregnant had them both steal prescription pads to get money, and surprise, surprise, they don't want him anymore after they got caught.
They got caught and he's all just chilling, baby free.
No, actually, I think somehow it worked out too that neither of them got in trouble, and they were like, he told you to do it. And so... That's a weird thing, too, because, I mean, you could be like, he got manipulated, but I also could be like, hey, go steal that from me. And then someone just, like, steals it. I technically didn't do that. The person who stole it still should get in trouble.
Yes.
Because then I could be like, I was joking.
There's, what's that, like if you hire somebody to kill somebody, you still get in trouble to hire you because you're not an accessory, like, I don't even remember, but...
Yeah, you're hiring a hitman, but that's also murdering someone. That's conspiracy to commit murder, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense, but like it's still
conspiracy to get a Reese's bar. It's a little different.
Conspiracy to get a prescription for, I don't know, Adderall or I don't need any Adderall. I just have real bad heartburn.
Yeah, that's actually yeah.
It just gets the worst prescription. I got antibiotics for gout.
Like,
what?
All you got was a bunch of chapstick. Like, yeah, I was trying to help you out. Dude, you stole $20,000 worth of chapstick. We're in deep
trouble now.
I guess, you know what, though? If you carried around enough little things of chapstick's probably something people wouldn't care if you stole a bunch of. And then if you were just like, here, I got an extra chapstick, give me $1.
Well, like you're selling chapstick off on the black market. But also, are you...
Is it Burt's Bees or is it
Well, are you giving out chapstick? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'd trust somebody's pocket chapstick.
Well, you still keep it in the package.
Well, yeah, of course. But I mean...
You always wear a trench coat and you pull
open
it out.
up to the side. Do you want pomegranate? Do you want mixed berry? What do you want? Do you want honey?
Yeah. Can you imagine a guy just like coming out of the alleyway? Hey, kid, you want you want to get chapped?
You want to get your lips looking pretty chapped?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the start of that would actually be scarier than to what it turned out to be. Hey, kid, you got chapped lips?
Yeah.
You want to weten them up?
Yeah.
Well, I got
You need to lock the moisture in those lips. Like, oh, man.
Luckily, I got all this chapstick in my trench coat.
That's a, I think that's an underused marketing campaign for chapstick is like the sensuality of it.
That is true. I haven't seen a lot. Also, you really don't see...
I did that because I know we're on camera. So if you're just listening on the radio, you're missing 50% of why that's funny.
Yeah, you're missing maybe 85.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I went to Thunder Road with my sister and her kids for Father's Days.
Good call.
And you know what was funny is it was like my sister, her sister-in-law, and all their kids, and none of their dads were there. I was like, wait, why am I here? I just came to visit my sister, but then I was thinking about it. I'm like, none of the dads are with you. That's actually what they like the best Father's Day ever for them.
It's Mother's Day and Father's Day is, I think, drastically different. Like on Mother's Day, I mean, that's a special case where like you don't get to, like, I tried to spend the time with the kid, but on Mother's Day, you take the kid away from the mom so she can go do like all kinds of stuff,
Yeah. And
on Father's Day, you get like a tie and you take your kid somewhere to do something fun.
Yep.
When really it's like most dads would probably like to just sit at home, maybe watch some TV, drink a beer, do some yard work, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I should just call my nephew and see if he'll tell the story. He's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. But they were in line to do the go-karts, and like his cousins were in front of him. Turns out all the kids that were in front of him could get on to like that round of doing the go-karts, and he was just in line by himself for like So then we're like, whatever, he's a cool kid, he's fine with it. But then I look over again and he's not there, and I see him just sitting where we were sitting before, and I go over and I'm like, Jackson, what are you doing over here, buddy? He goes, I don't feel good. And just like the movies, didn't even get the last thing out, barfed all over himself.
Oh, man, poor kid.
And then I was actually upset about that because I haven't had ice cream in a long time. And when my sister was just like, right after they're done with the go-karts, we're all going to get ice cream. And I think I was the most excited about that out of anyone. And then after that, she's like, yeah, I don't think we're going to get ice cream anymore. And I was like, what?
You're like, that's not he can't have ice cream.
It's also funny being 34 and me driving home being like, can't believe we didn't go get ice cream. And like, I was thinking about that when I got home. I was like, I could have got ice cream all by myself. Like, only
yes.
like we were going to go to an actual like ice cream shop place. Where, like, I think I would feel like a loser going to an ice cream shop on Father's Day
all by yourself.
Myself.
Just sitting there. You're like, oh man, at not Cherry Berry, Tutti Frutti, they give you dads a free ice cream up to 12 ounces.
Whoa.
So you could have gone there, but
it's almost a pound.
How do you yes? How do you prove that you're not a dad? It's up to them to prove that you are. Are you supposed to bring your kid? Because what if you just went from place to place lying about your I was a father.
I do that all the time.
But, or what if, does that guy from your hometown get 2 ice creams?
By this time, he probably has 34 ice creams. I don't know.
At that rate.
And he only found out 17 times, 17 days.
Oh my gosh. That'd be insane. Man, I wonder who has the most children out there.
Let's figure out. You think it's a man or a woman?
Let's
figure out which man fathered the most children and which woman has given birth.
Is it? Well, some moms have like, you know, I was one of 14 children or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But I bet you there's dads. Like I heard Genghis Khan had a bunch of kids.
1 or 2. you think? He rolled through some towns.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did that in a very nice way. Okay. Which mom had the most children ever?
Was it Octomom at the same time?
Well, I'm not... the greatest officially recorded number of children born to one mother is... I'll give you one guess of the number.
For the most children?
Yeah, it's...
For the mom.
Yeah, the mom has given birth to the most children. So, like, you would have this many siblings from one mom.
Different dads? I'm going to say 22.
69.
Nice.
I know.
69 children?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait. Yeah.
So you have 68 brothers and
okay,
sisters.
so listen to this here. 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. So she only gave birth 27 times, but gave birth to... Well, I guess...
Like the...
here's the thing. She had to have given...
Yeah. It wasn't just...
They wrote this wrong because 69, she would have had to have birthed 69 children.
Yeah.
But I think there was only like... She only went into labor fully for 27 of them because they all, with the doubles and the triples and the quaddies.
What if you're one of the ones that's a singular kid? You're just like, there's nothing special about you, kid. You just are one,
Like
I'm
loser.
Yeah.
You look like yourself, and all of us have someone that looks like them.
How do you come up with 69 different names that are all clever for twins and triplets and stuff?
Well, when let's see when this
Braxton, Jackson,
Joxton, Blaise, Marquay.
At the end of it, you're just naming them things around the house. Hey, there's my 48th birthday toaster.
Imagine George Jones naming those kids. George Jones 69. Where are you? Because all of his kids are named
George Foreman.
Oh.
Right? Not George Jones. Who's George Jim Jones. He is that serial killer guy, right? Jim Jones is. And then what? But George Foreman.
George Foreman.
He has a daughter named George. I don't think that's
I think
true.
George Foreman is every kid's name is George. Or every boy.
I would hope wasn't there a young lady?
I think
Foreman?
she's a boxer.
Yeah, she was.
George Foreman children names.
George and Tatiana.
Also, how do you keep track of... Yeah, no. Oh, here, Georgetta.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But then it goes... After the first one, you're like, well, we got George Jetta. That's the only female name. Then he just went Natalie, Mishy, Leola, Frida. But there's at least 6 just George Foreman children.
Well, which one's junior? Like junior?
Yeah, so there's George Foreman the second, George Foreman the third, George Foreman the fourth, George Foreman the fifth, George Foreman the sixth.
But that's not how that works, right? Don't you have to be like born in succession, like from your it makes it like
I know what you're saying, but I think this is just how he calls them.
Oh, okay.
He's like He's like, you're George Foreman IV. Because you were in vitro fertilization.
Yeah, because he's on a hospital bed. Dang.
Dude, how do you keep track? Having 69 kids, actually,
You probably don't care much after the 48th.
No.
48's
the prime number where you're like, yeah, I think I'm. Those were born during 1720. All born during COVID.
Yeah, that's what.
They were all born between 1725 and 1765. So between 40 years, dude, that lady was pregnant for 40 years straight.
That's her entire,
And that was between 1725 and 1765. Dude, she had to have been dead.
Shout out to her husband, 27 times over 40 years. That's pretty good. for married life. Also, 48 isn't a prime number.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
Its prime is in cool.
Oh, I meant prime as an Optimus.
Yeah, no, one is a prime number.
One's also the loneliest number.
Yeah. You know who was lonely? The one child that didn't have...
Right. No twin siblings. And then question number 2. When you have a set of quadruplets, like were they identical or fraternal?
I bet there was some mixed in each ways.
Yeah.
It was just like, it said it was like, well, here, actually, I think that they said that here it's because of hyperovulation.
Okay.
And so due to that, I believe that more eggs were just going in each time. So I think most of them would be fraternal.
That makes sense.
Instead of having them just like splitting. Splitting up. Imagine like, dude, the money that it would take. But also they just lived on a farm. It was the 1700s. You didn't have money. Money was not a thing back then.
Yeah, it really wasn't a big deal because you would just you had more kids so they could go farm to grow more vegetables to feed themselves.
To have more kids to feed more vegetables.
Well, that means okay, was this lady in America?
Russia.
Oh, okay. That means she single-handed. She's probably related to a bunch of people in Russia.
Dude, think about it. How many children you have. A couple are probably going to murder someone, especially in the 1700s. I bet a lot of them are murderers.
Well, yeah. And then, you got to find some land for yourself to start a family. And then was there any... You'd probably run into, it's a small enough community, maybe you don't know that's your cousin.
No, they for sure are all. Yeah, you don't want to be a descendant to one of those 69.
Yeah. You got to leave the leave the area.
Actually, let's have a guest on our show, one of the descendants of whatever her name is. I can't figure it out. One of them could have a really nice podcast.
She just calls in. She's like, "You guys were talking about me." Oh,
I'm still alive right now. I also don't know what accent that was.
It was definitely Baltic. It was from that side. Okay, did it say how long she lived?
I'll find that article again because I've had it closed up for a while.
Okay. Well, long enough. She was pregnant for 40 years, and she was only 42 years old when she died.
I was gonna say that. Let's see here. So Valentina Vassilyeva.
Oh, Valentina.
I bet she looked just as good as Rusty Rita. What was her name again?
Rita Repulsa.
Rita Repulsive. Oh my God. This is the lady. She looked rough.
Oh, well, give her some credit. 69
Yeah, this
babies.
probably was after all of the...
Yeah, they didn't take any pictures of her when she was oh, you have 2 kids? That's crazy. No, they didn't take that picture.
Yeah, they had to figure out a time when they really wanted to take a picture of people back then.
Hey, and also, 1700s, were they even... Yeah, they had...
Cameras? Dude, this playa over here, Fyodor Vasilyev, had 18 children with his second wife.
Oh, so he was... Okay. Dang. 18, okay.
It's also just he was just a peasant. He wasn't He was just a player
but
with
he
some
was
game.
smooth. Yeah. Well, like, I'm just saying, like, 18 children. I mean, some of those had to have been twins too, because you can't have 18 kids in succession like that.
Dude, they only lost 67 of them survived infancy, and they lost just one set of twins, which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all their also though, however, their names, dates of birth, and dates of death are all unknown. It's a hoax.
Hoax. Dang it, we've been.
Yep. Well,
It's a hoax.
there you go. It was the last 15 minutes of your lives.
Yeah. Oh man, we're sorry about that. It's fake.
Just kidding. The
Wow.
data. Well, yeah,
Actually,
it's real. But it says it's included in the Guinness Book of World Records. They've never lied in their whole lives. So.
no, and they have to be. So the Guinness Book of World Records, as we were talking about before, not here. You have to verify it.
Yeah.
So somebody from Guinness was like, "Hey,
Somebody was juggling the babies. And they had to-
was
how many
like-
times can you juggle a live baby that's your own of one of the 69?
well, he was probably and it was like a stage show too, because it was early Russia, and that's how they made money. So like, she would like, one would go flying,
Yeah.
and he would just add it to the mix of the ones they're juggling, you know. So like, he's got 3. Oh, now he's got 4.
Yeah. And it turns out that she had children from the time she was 18 till when she was 58.
Dang. Okay, 58. I mean, 58's a lot of. Well, 18 to 58. So yeah, geez, holy mackerel.
Yeah.
I honestly, I mean, I don't want to sound weird, but I would have assumed that they started younger.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But hey, I mean, when in Rome,
When in Rome.
when in Russia. But also, what part of Russia too? Because I imagine there's not much else to do. You know, like if you're like you want to have fun, you're like a fun-loving person.
Dude, you
like,
chop wood and wrestle bears.
from what you were telling me, it sounds like he thought he was wrestling a bear.
You know what? You're not wrong.
These babies are hairless bears. Man.
Oh, dude, did you read? So apparently there's like a study that says that UFOs, like aliens, might be living among us disguised as humans or in a base inside the moon, according to a new Harvard study. I want to know how they came to this conclusion, because here's the thing. I'm pretty sure people have always been like, aliens might just be living amongst us, because there was even a Simpsons video game of that.
There's a lot of TV shows like that. They Live. That was a movie. Geez, what was that other one? Now I can't remember the prep. But yeah, basically aliens are here. Men in Black.
Yeah. Yeah, Harvard, you're not cool.
Well,
Everyone's thought this, Harvard.
yeah, everybody's already been there. Well, did you ever see this movie called Paul? It was that guy from Shaun of the Dead. I think his name's Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
He was in this movie, and there was an alien, and the alien was voiced by Seth Rogen. And
Okay.
then they said that they release those pictures and make you think it's fake, so that when it actually happens and when the aliens actually get here, they're like, yeah, it's so that you're used to it. It's almost like you've expected it.
Okay.
So like if they're saying that there's aliens mixed in, and then let me ask you this, Blaise. You're on an alien planet and they're like, you have to go to Earth and assimilate, right? And you're like, what do you want me to do now? You got to go down there. You got to get a job at a warehouse and put away these boxes. They're like, I got to what now? Like, you're going to make $14 an hour and you have to find a wife. Like, oh man, can I just stay here? Can I just stay? Like, do they have a draft and you like fake an injury to get out of it?
I need to find a wife. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing ever.
We just reproduce by thinking about making another one.
Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be an alien then.
Yeah, not if that's how you reproduce. But what if you What if it feels great?
Then we're talking.
Then the alien race planet would be overtaken because everybody would be like, that guy. Yeah.
Whoa. Dude, there's a few people that I know that probably could be aliens, though. One of them sitting across from me.
That's my alien language. I don't know. I feel like I wish if I was an alien, I mean, I wish I had like a superpower like Superman. He comes here and our sun makes him stronger.
That would be sweet. Because, yeah, aliens could just be exactly like us. That's all they found out is how to travel better.
Yeah,
they actually have no powers, and they're just... I don't mean aliens. If you're listening right now and you are stronger than me,
yeah,
don't do anything.
Yeah,
don't use your laser guns to end me. But if you're a friendly man, actually, we should just start broadcasting every week. Every week from here, we're going to send our broadcasts
to space.
So when they come, they spare us, and we become supreme overlords.
Ooh, like they give us like we can take like a big chunk of land, or like we could say, hey, this is like you get the United States of Blaise, and I get I don't know, Marquay, Russia.
Marquasha.
That sounds like my daughter's name if I was a boxer. Marquasha.
No, I figured that we just get in good with the aliens. Mm-hmm. They are like, okay, Marquay, Blaise, you've been sending us all these broadcasts that we really enjoy every week into space.
Yeah, you guys are hilarious.
Here's your own replica of Rita Repulsa that's ours, and she'll love you forever. And then I'll have 69 children with her.
Nice. But then we get bored and we're like, hey, do you want a wife swap? And it's the same person.
And then I get in a polyamorous relationship with Rita Repulsa. That's how you do it, guys. If you ever brought it all back together in one, this is like a Seinfeld episode.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know. When somebody calls and they don't answer, and then 10 minutes later you get a call and it's that person, it's called a callback. And that's what we're the masters of right now. We just destroyed the game. There's never going to be a callback better than that one.
Oh, you just wait till next week. We're just going to change it to the callback boys. We're the callback boys.
I have to change my hair and do we have to get face tattoos?
I was just going to say, we should get face tattoos, at least one. How many tattoos do you have?
Just one.
Yeah, I don't have any, so I think it probably is time for us to get face tattoos.
That's yep.
Write in, tell us which face tattoos you want us to get, which prescription pills we should start stealing.
I'm afraid to get, I always, with my tattoo, like it has a special deal, so I got it. It was time to get it, but I don't see myself getting any other one. But if I got one, it would be on the face, I think, because I'm almost, it's to the point, like, what do I have to lose now? You know, I have a pretty solid career. I'm already, I have a family and all that jazz. You know, what's standing in my way?
I don't know. I've heard rumors that some rock stars, and I don't even know exactly which ones, but someone told me that that some moms were just like, you're going to be a rock star, and just tattooed their children so they couldn't get other jobs. But then you just become a super famous rock star.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
There's no other choice.
What are you going to do?
I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm going to talk to my kid right now.
Yeah, you better go tattoo your child.
Hey, happy Father's Day. I'm going to get you a tattoo. A face tattoo on a child? Oh, my God. They'd cry.
Like, that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet. He'd show up to school and, oh, my gosh, he'd be... Oh.
Yeah. Do you think that... dude, also, I've been seeing a lot of missing people reports recently on Facebook and stuff. Have you noticed that? There seems to be a ridiculous more amount of people going missing of, like, all ages.
I haven't seen anything like that.
Oh, well, I don't know what I've been Googling. But, no, they seem to always be coming up on Facebook, like Fargo PD, Moorhead PD, Minneapolis PD is, like, searching for this missing person who was gone. Then it'll be, like, 12 hours before. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what's what's going on here? Like, how are people?
Where are these people going?
Yeah, and why are they getting reported missing so soon? I guess I shouldn't be like talking down about when you're reporting your loved ones missing, but
there's a time.
I saw one the other day. Well, like the funny thing is how it's like there's that show, The First 48.
Yup.
And like they say within the first 48 hours when you got to find them or it's bad. I think you used to have to wait 48 hours to actually report before it'd be considered a missing person. You're like, probably find something in the middle there.
That is true. What's that girl? There was a girl up north in Grand Forks or whatever. Wasn't it Grand Forks? Some mall. I don't know.
Drew Shadeen.
Is that it?
Well, that ended in tragedy.
It did, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the one I was thinking of right now, because her car was left in the parking lot.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Hey, your car's here. It's been here for a day, and you didn't come and get it." And I mean, everybody knows you're a young college girl, but at the same time, you're like, something seems foul.
Yeah,
here.
depending where it's at. There's been a few times where I just haven't seen my own roommates for like a week because I've been just in and out. And then sometimes it's like, well, my roommates don't check on me in my room. I'm like, what if I was just dead in there for a while? They report me missing. I'm actually just in my room. Nobody checked on me.
You have been playing Starfield. What? There's a guy, that trucker guy. They found him in the parking lot in his truck.
That's crazy.
And he was in there for days, they said.
Yeah.
People just kind of rest in their trucks, and I don't know if they said they didn't suspect foul play. I don't know if
There's a certain type of neighing animal in the back, though, because it was actually horseplay. No, there was only cows in the back, so they figured that there was no horseplay.
There was no horseplay. Oh my gosh, that was no. You know what's dumb is I haven't heard the word horseplay in a long time. It made me think of when I was in like really young school.
That's what they're calling it.
They
these
call
days.
it young school. I was in young school.
YUNG. That's rapper school.
Yes, dang it. And then the teacher would say no horseplay, and some of us thought we were so cool, and we would be like, meow. Oink, oink, oink. Meh. We're not horses. We're cows. We're pigs. Meh, meh, meh. Like, it was so
I'll
dumb.
be honest, that is very cool.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. The rest of the class laughed. You can get away with a lot of stuff.
Dude, getting a laugh in front of your whole school, best thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
One time the bully in my school, man, this was so awesome. I went to my first, town of 1,000 kids, town of 1,000 people total. We had like a Catholic school, like a private school that I went to that was only 1st through 8th grade. But we only had 4 teachers, and each of them had to teach like
a
2
couple
grades.
Classes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was just 1st through 8th grade. There was like 30 kids total. But so us like 1st graders were in with like the 8th graders during like the morning prayer and things like that. Like you'd all be in the hall, and the one kid who was like a bully in my class went to this other kid that was like the nerd of my class and pantsed him at the water fountain in front of the whole school.
Wait. The 8th grader did it to the 1st grader?
No. A 1st grader did it to a 1st grader, but in front of like all the 8th graders and stuff like that. That kid ran the whole way home crying.
Yeah.
Dude, my buddy Charlie, sorry Charlie if you're listening to this, he ran home crying. Dude, the amount of miles he should have been a lot less heavy from the amount of miles that he ran home crying, because one time he got pantsed in front of the whole school. Ran home crying. We were bowling one time, and when he brought the ball back, just fell backwards and went the wrong way. Ran home crying.
Oh, that's not a thing to run. Oh my gosh.
One time we told him that we'd give him 1,000 doll hairs if he put on his sister's prom dress, and went outside, and we locked him outside. Couldn't run home crying because he was locked out of his own house that we locked him out of. He ran somewhere and cried though.
And he was in a prom dress.
Yeah, and he was in his sister's prom dress that didn't fit very well.
Oh, well,
so
kudos to his sister then, I guess. Good for her. Good for him.
Yeah. Well, he was just younger. It was-
But still big. Oh, like it was way bigger.
It was way bigger.
Oh, okay.
So then he was also like trying to keep it up. It's even funnier watching someone like yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah. He's a good. He also has a child, and he's a very good dad now.
Nice.
It's all because of that running home crying.
Well, yeah, he taught. Yeah, man. Life lessons, experiences.
Yeah.
You gotta pass that down to your children.
Yeah.
He's like, "Here, son. Here's a belt. You'll never experience."
Make sure if your friends ever have you put your sister's prom dress on and lock you outside the house.
Gosh, this was like, I think there's actually a video of it. We were at
Do you have a video of that kid running around in her prom dress?
Yeah. Well, I was there, no, I was at my buddy's house and everybody's drinking and my one friend, so little kids pants each other and our two kids are friends and they, so like, I thought it would be funny in a drunken fit to go over to my buddy and like just pull down his athletic shorts, and I testament to the string on his shorts because I went and it just stopped. And I was like, "What? All right." I mean, true, I didn't yank very hard because I thought it would just be like an elastic waist,
Yeah.
and it would just. And I didn't want to do it. There's a technique. I didn't want to do it so fast that I also pulled his undies down. Like I'm not trying to do that. I just needed.
Yeah,
Nothing.
no. We were actually on a trip. We were on a trip last year, like a snowboarding trip. And there was a time where like we just brought dumb stuff along for some reason. Like I had like 11 whoopee cushions and I just
I had 11. That's way too many. One is enough. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
no, I did buy a big package and a few of them broke. So I had more before that trip. But then my other buddy brought a piñata. He's like, "When's the last time we played with a piñata?"
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Had it full of stuff. My buddy Jake, like, went to like hit the piñata. So here's where we set it up. We're in like we're staying in like a mansion. Like we were set up well with like 13 of us in this huge house. We go outside the front and like have this piñata strung across like this pole. So we're outside in the winter in Colorado, and as my buddy like pulls back to swing it while he's blindfolded, I pantsed him. And I accidentally got both.
Oh no.
And so he just swung pants down and fell. So
Oh
outside
my gosh.
in the snow. Pretty sweet. That was top tier pantsing.
That's a good pantsing. Yeah, if the person falls down after being pantsed while blindfolded and swinging a stick,
Yeah.
man, that's
Oh,
next
man.
level de-pantsed.
Good pranks. Good
Yeah.
pranks back in the day.
Yeah.
Dude, also, we'll go to those whoopee cushions, then we might need to end here pretty soon.
11.
So we're out in Vail, the classy area of the country, right?
Yeah.
And I have whoopee cushions in my pocket because I think it'll be really funny
to have
whoopee cushions,
Okay.
just carrying them around, and I'll put whoopee cushions under random people. Our buddy Alex Ford and the table next to us start getting in a fight. Like, it's not going good. They're like getting mad at each other. It's gonna get to blows. I go over to rectify the situation, right? I sit over there. I find the other reasonable guy over there. I'm reasonable. We get it all straightened out. As the guy who was going to fight my other friend goes to sit down, I blew up the whoopee cushion and stuck it under him, thinking that like he'll still think it's very funny. He didn't. Everyone else did. He got real mad again. So then I was gonna get my butt kicked. And dude, the craziest thing about this, dude, this story goes so in such different direction. Get the guy settled down. most random famous person that I found out who it was, because this other guy goes, do you know who you just stuck a whoopee cushion under? And I said no, and he goes, that's the guy who played the kid in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And you just did. I was like, how am I supposed to know that?
Who would ever recognize that kid from,
No,
yeah.
I'll show you I'll put the picture up later. Like, it'll be right here for when I edit this. But there's a picture of me just holding up a whoopee cushion next to the actor who played the little kid in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, who's now like in his 40s.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how would I ever know that? And Christina Applegate was in that, though.
Yeah, she was.
That's all I want. Maybe I should have asked for her number from him. I wonder if he still has it.
He probably does not.
Nope.
I often wonder, like, sometimes, like, actors do movies together, you know, and then are they friends afterwards? It seems like they're friends during the movie, but then afterwards they just disappear and go on
and
to
if
their
Christina
normal life.
Applegate was giving this little kid her number to keep in contact, I'd have to have a conversation with her and be like, this.
I'd want to have a conversation with him. Like, hey, man.
I would be.
How did you get Christina Applegate's phone? What's that movie? The Sandlot, right? Is it Sandlot where... No, not the Sandlot. I can't remember the movie, but the lifeguard, he pretends to be like...
Yeah.
That is the Sandlot?
That's the Sandlot.
Okay.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Yeah, yeah. She's married in real life, not to that guy, but...
To me.
Lucky. Wendy Peppercorn?
Peppercorn.
I need to watch that movie again. I haven't seen it in eons.
Dude, that's a really good movie.
I watched The Sandlot 2 like a year ago, and I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've
Really?
ever seen. I'm pretty sure it was The Sandlot 2.
They did just come out with a new one, I believe.
Ugh.
Get any other movie recommendations not to watch?
Actually, I watched this movie called Upgrade on Netflix. Thought it would be cool, and it was I'm just going to say this. It ends in such a way where you're like, dude, movies never end like that. It was kind of refreshing. That's what makes me still remember that, because it's kind of it's a Netflix movie. Like, Netflix seems like it's becoming those straight to DVD home.
Yeah.
But
Like Peanut Butter Falcon Gang or whatever.
yeah,
No, I forget. They used to make calls to your families, and then you would buy movies off of them. What were those called again? Feature families for homes. Feature home family features.
nobody ever called my house asking to buy a movie. Otherwise, our credit card debt in my household would have been through the roof.
Yeah, because they would have called and be like, "Hey, you want to buy a movie, man?" Okay.
I need the Cool Runnings, man.
Okay, yeah, we got to head out here because our time slot is up. But we'll be back next week. Next week, we got a guy was on Kill Tony. He'll be in studio because he's going to be back in town, so he'll be our guest. Jacob Jonas. I believe that's his name.
Jacob Jonas?
We were just hanging out with him this past weekend.
Oh, yeah, dude. Super funny. I was excited. Good hang. We hung out on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
He'll be in studio with us next week, so tune in next week. Yeah. If not, check out the Sam Talent Kill Tony episode because Jacob's on that, and then you'll get to see him talk to us. Anything else, Quay? Okay. Toodaloo.
Oh.